fairness to the Premier League, they're trying to put in place lots of pieces of a very big jigsaw in order to give us a complete picture. And at the moment, we've got certain pieces, but not all of the pieces. And I think it's important over the next few days that we, and certainly at Monday's meeting, that we start to see a more complete picture of everything that we're being asked to agree to. Because obviously at this stage of the season, we are 75% of the way through it. Any changes are fundamental. And, we totally understand in these conditions and in this environment that there's going to have to be some compromises. But as I said to Emma just now, what we can't do is support something that is going to potentially jeopardise our position in the Premier League, and therefore make it even harder for us to stay in what is already a very tough competition. So we'll see what Monday brings. And, we will continue to be cooperative and collaborative. We want to finish the season. We'll do everything we possibly can to support that. We're not in favour of neutral venues. We entered the competition on the basis of 38 games, 19 home, 19 away. And, the compromise that we've all had to accept, quite rightly, is that there won't be fans, almost certainly won't be fans in the stadium for the remainder of this season. That's a big compromise when the balance of your remaining fixtures are at home. We've got 5 at home, 4 away. That for us is a very, very significant factor in our season. It's over 25% of our home games have still yet to come. And obviously our ideal position is to be able to play those games in our own stadium, even if it's without fans. And so our position at the weekend, and it's been the same ever since, is that we don't want to see a change to the competition. We can't be in favour of something that potentially disadvantages our club. So I think there are clubs at different levels of the league that have an issue with neutral venues, and I think there's concern about the fairness element. I think if we were in a situation where all games were equal and everybody had to play the same number of games at home as they had away at this stage of the season, that might be one thing. If we were playing the same teams in the same order at this stage of the season, of course, that's never going to happen. That would be another thing. But the reality is, we are 3/4 of the way through the season. Teams have got a large number of home games left or a smaller number of home games left. They have got big teams to play and smaller teams to play. In our case, we've got 4 of the 6 biggest clubs, not just in the league, but in Europe. And, at our ground, traditionally we've done okay against those teams, largely. And from that point of view, it's not just about the crowd, as Dan says. The statistics are very clear. There is a clear advantage from being on your home venue, and that's with and without a crowd. So from that point of view, a lot of it comes into the money we've invested in our training ground. We've built our training ground over the last 4 or 5 years, spending tens of millions of pounds to replicate the conditions as best we can at our training ground to switch to the stadium. The pitches are the same, the cut the same size, same grass. Dressing room looks and feels the same. The environment is similar. And all of that is designed to maximise whatever home advantage you can gain. Just to simply strip that away 3/4 of the way through the season, to us seems unfair. And, we're a reasonable club. We've been open and transparent all the way through in our communications. And we're the same on this issue. We don't think it's right. We don't think it's fair. And whilst we respect that we're in a very difficult situation and we want to try and be as collegiate and as supportive as possible, we can't support something that is going to put our club at a disadvantage.